Hello and welcome into the Scorching start on the Birds Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Sammy Miller, alongside your broadcasters, Ian Nicholas and Dylan Pescatore. Guys, we are back on the road, this time at Spillane Field in Wareham, after last night's 2-0 loss against the Chatham Anglers. Now, even though the Firebirds lost, there were still a lot of positive takeaways. Dylan, what are a few of those?
Yeah, I really liked the defense last night by the Firebirds. Once again, no errors. The defense kept them in the game, and it was highlighted by a great play by Johnny Olmstead. He went backhand behind second base, made a strong throw to first, and that kept the Chatham lead at 1-0. Now, the offense didn't get back into it, but if the defense continues to play such great defense, it's going to lead to success for the Firebirds.
You're exactly right, Dylan. The defense last night was phenomenal, but the offense really wasn't there. So, Ian, the question is, how do they play a full, complete game?
They have to realize that last night was an anomaly. You faced a pitcher that was throwing in the high 90s, one of the hardest throwing pitchers in all of college baseball, and Brody Brecht, and then Tugboat Wilkinson, 5 perfect innings out of a bullpen. That's just not going to happen, really, I think, for the rest of his season against any other team. So just don't let your confidence go down, because you had that confidence in the third inning against Bourne just a couple days earlier when you put up a 6 spot. This offense has shown flashes. Fenwick Trimble, I think him anchoring this lineup at the cleanup spot. He's back in the lineup tonight. That is huge for this entire group.
And starting on the mound tonight for the Firebirds is Evan Truitt from Charleston Southern. What can we expect from his play, Dylan?
Yeah, I think the scouting report on Harwich is out, and it's that they get a lot of free passes, and then they get the big hit. How does Truitt stop that? Don't give up the free passes. Wareham walked 11 times last night. If Truitt keeps the free passes to a minimum, he'll have success tonight.
And we've had 4 games under our belt, guys. Ian, who has been a position player that has really stood out to you?
Well, Dylan was talking about Johnny Olmstead's defense. I want to talk about Jack Penny's. He is not a natural third baseman, but he sure looks like it. Hasn't made a single error over the last 3 games, playing on the hot corner. Now he moves up in the lineup to 5th. I like his potential offensively. He's got a strong bat, and I think it could come alive here in Wareham.
And both of these teams are now 2-2 on the season, so they're looking to get that 3rd win. Dylan, what should we be expecting from this Wareham team?
You should be expecting a team that's very patient at the plate, a team that has a starting pitcher tonight that has a little bit of struggle when it comes to college. However, he has experience on the Cape. He was on Hyannis last year. Jonathan Bautista out of Pitt. He's now in the transfer portal. However, I want the Firebirds to jump on him early, get some runs early, first, second inning. That'll give the offense some confidence.
And it's time for the keys of the game. Ian, you're up first. What's your key?
My key is just to be calm and to make sure that you start off at bat strong, because that sets the tone, and you have to get in positive counts, especially like Dylan mentioned. Bautista over 9 ERA at Pitt. He's not going to throw perfect. He has really good stuff, but if you just realize, don't get scared of it. Get ahead early, and then you can pounce on.
Dylan, how about you? What's your key to the game?
Limit the free passes. The pitching has been outstanding throughout all 3 games this season. I think it's going to continue today against Wareham, and Evan Truitt starts it off. It's limit the free passes, induce weak contact, and keep those zeros on the board.
It's going to be an exciting game for sure. Stay tuned for a lot more content on the Scorching Start.
All right, let's go to war, boys. You guys keep it out.
I'm now joined alongside Notre Dame third baseman Jack Penny. Jack, what was the post-game message last night from Kelly Nicholson?
It's kind of just keep to the same process. You don't really change much. It was a tough game last night. They scratched a few runs. They didn't really beat us offensively. They had 4 hits. We had 1. But the message was like, don't change anything, but just keep working on the same thing, and eventually we'll break through it.
And are there certain adjustments that you think will need to be made in your game today?
I think so. I think I just need to get it, or we just need to get a good pitch to hit. And we're looking fastballs, but sometimes you get caught in between. So we can't get too much on our front foot and miss the pitch that we should be swinging at.
And you've been in the starting lineup for every game this season. How does it feel to really feel that confidence coming from your coaching staff?
Yeah, I trust Kelly. I like him a lot. Max is a great hitting coach, great guy. But it's just fun to be out here with all the boys and just keep playing. So I'm excited for that.
And the Cape Cod League is known for having some of the best competition in the country. So how do you think that competition is really pushing your game?
There's no off nights, and every starter has stuff. And then once you get the starter out of the game, you can't just take a seat, and you have to get going to the bullpen too. So it's really just one after the next, and then pushing yourself every game, every night. So it's fun.
Well, thank you so much, and good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, set the tone, boys.
I am now joined by Firebirds manager Kelly Nicholson. Kelly, last night, phenomenal pitching, but the offense couldn't really get going. What have you been seeing from your hitters?
I think it was because of the phenomenal pitching. Our hitters couldn't get going. That Brett kid's really good. He's going to be a big pick next year, like maybe top 5, top 10 draft picks. And the lefty came in and was really good. He's perfect for 5 innings. So sometimes that was kind of a typical Cape game last night. Early, low scoring, good pitching, 5 hits total. And I was really impressed with the way our guys threw the ball. Dylan Jacobs was good. Jonathan Gonzalez was good. Connor Eaton came in and threw 95. Impressive. You know, they got to run on a wild pitch and a pass ball. And if we can continue to pitch like that, we're going to be just fine.
And it's always exciting when we see a new Firebird out there on the diamond. Today, it's Joe Oyama from UC Irvine. How excited are you to see him play today?
Yeah, very. The last time I saw him was at Arizona State. And he was playing third base, had a couple hits, and I was like, yeah, you know, that guy's going to be a Firebird. So excited to watch. So great kid. Little, right? He's not very physical. He's a lot like Riku Nishida that played up here last year from Hyannis that's at Oregon now. So I'm super excited to watch Joe play.
And putting aside the physical aspect of the game, let's talk the mental side. What is something you've been really honing in on with your players?
Well, Jay Money is our mental skills guy, and what we really try to be is super present every day and every inning and every pitch, and just to try to slow the game down with our, really as cliche as it sounds, with our breathing and our breath. And so we were working on some box breathing the other day during our mind up session that we do before every home game. And it's extremely helpful to be able to slow the game down, and the mental part we feel is extremely important but doesn't get worked on nearly enough.
It definitely is, and something that is also important is the chemistry between a catcher and their pitcher. How would you evaluate that chemistry and those connections so far?
I like what we have behind the plate, and I love our guys on the mound. Carp and Hunter do a terrific job back there. It's not easy catching new guys for the first time when they're, the velo's big and they're not used to their breaking stuff, but our guys are going to be just fine. The chemistry's good. They're both very good leaders back there, and that's what I think you look for in a catcher.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you, Sammy.
Well, that'll do it for this edition of the Scorching Start on the Birds Broadcast Network. Make sure you tune in at 6 o'clock for the first pitch when the Orleans Firebirds take on the Wareham Gatemen.